We're moving on to our first focus for today. According to the World Bank, Nigeria accounts for over a third of migrants' remittance flow to the sub-Saharan Africa, as migrants' remittances to Nigeria's remittances to Nigeria is estimated to grow to $29.8 billion and $34.8 billion in 2021 and 2023, respectively. In a bid to promote transparency, grow diaspora remittances, and significantly improve foreign exchange inflows into the country, well, the Central Bank of Nigeria issued a circular that only licensed international money transfer operators, IMTOs, are permitted to carry on the business of facilitating diaspora remittances into the country. Well, going by the achievements of the 1 trillion naira annual market turnover by the Nigerian Bureau de Change operators, that's BDCs, which has reinforced their prime role in the economy and subsector, players in the foreign exchange market, especially the Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria, APCON, are seeking the CBN's nod to make them payout agents for the $25 billion diaspora remittances that flows into the economy annually. A lot of money we're talking about here. Well, I have the right person in the house to give insights into these issues and, of course, issues concerning APCON's operations, of course, foreign exchange market, and all about it. I'll focus on diaspora remittances. I have the national president of the Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria, Dr. Aminu Gwadabe. Thank you very much for your time.
Mr. Tolu, it's great to be here.
It's good to see you this morning. Yeah. Thank you for your time. I know it's not really easy.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Mr.
All right, good afternoon. Yes. Now, first, before we go into this diaspora thing, which I know is very important and key, let's take a little step backwards and see what happened during COVID, the forex market, how you coped with it, and at the moment, what is the state of the market?
Yes, there's no doubt the COVID-19 has very big negative impact across businesses, more especially our own subsector, because it affects travels. You know, for many months, the international airport was shut down. Even the local airport was shut down. Yes. Virtually no any movement. And our business basically depend on travelers, yes, tourists that come into the country. And also the CBN support window, which also has been affected due to the COVID-19. I've seen figures just now, you reel them out, where the January receipt has gone down by about 12.8% benchmark. So you can see the implications everywhere. So that is really the effect of COVID-19. For the past 6 months, from March, when the COVID started, till September, we were completely shut down. We did not operate our offices. We ran into several losses. After we came back in September, when there was relaxation of the restrictions of movement, our transactions volume reduced from 100% to about 26%. Our members were doing 75% 75,000 weekly, and the allocation turned to only $20,000 weekly. So about 75% of our operation was slashed to 26% as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. So you can see the quantum of disruptions in terms of revenue, in terms of operations, in terms of volume. So this is what we have faced. Alhamdulillah, we thank the Central Bank of Nigeria with the vaccination now all over in place, and some confidence about the treatment of the pandemic. We are back to businesses from September, and our members are fine and doing. So this is what we have experienced during the COVID-19.
I can imagine. Even media is not left out. We also have our own share of COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah. Now, we see the CBN always trying to defend this market, to defend the Naira and support the market. Recently, the most recent one is this IMTOs thing, talking about how they can, manage diaspora remittances. What's your reaction to that as an association?
You see, for every effective foreign exchange policy, it must have the model of value chain. So, and when you are talking of value chain, you look at the ecosystem. Who are the stakeholders in that environment, in that space? So, and the CBN, I will give it to them. First, they are the first central bank in the world that break exclusiveness of IMTOs. This is a country whereby we only have the names of Western Union, MoneyGram, And what is the other one? Only 3 IMTs or so. In terms of diasporans, Nigerians abroad that can send money, they only have 3 companies that they can use. So, and the CBN came down, I think, during this administration of Mr. Godwin Emefiele. He stood his ground and broken that exclusiveness. As we talk today, there are over 100 IMTs so that are licensed, that Nigerians have options of using them to send their money. So that is one side of the CBN policy that begin to show light, you know, to create awareness of even what is the diaspora remittances. Before ab initio, people don't even know about it. It's something that is almost a new concept now, diaspora remittances. So they create awareness about it. They license over 100 IMT or so, given to them to help Nigerians with ease, with accessibility and reward, to ensure that this money comes into the country. Not long ago, is it this year or last year? There is the 5 naira for dollar incentive. So there are a lot of measures.
Dollar for naira.
Yes, but these measures are all on the sending side. And you know, like I said, it's a value chain model. You have to look at all the stakeholders. In remittances, you have about 3 or 4 stakeholders. You have the sender, you know, you have the receiver, you have the agent that is going to do the payment. So these are various stakeholders in a chain. So it's a chain model approach. And in chain model approach, you start from the top to the bottom. So that is why in our webinar, where we call our members to show them the opportunities and also to create awareness, because there are a great level of generalization of criminalization about our members in terms of our operations. Yes, we are not saying government cannot do their work, security agencies cannot do their work, and we have issued a press release where we have condemned anybody, any Nigerian, that found to be involved in financing of terrorism, because we have all been trained, been given awareness, anti-money laundering, and then anti-terrorism financing. These are predicated crime that is against the obligation of any bureau de change. So we did not support that, even though, like I said, it's generalization of criminalization, because we are talking of 4 members, 10 members out of 6,000 members. You know, so in every society there could be some deviance, but we are not saying yes, they are right. All we are asking the federal government is that they should ensure that they hasten the investigation, so that those that are innocent can be released to go and meet with their family, and those that are found culpable, they should have their day in court. So these are some of the things that we're appealing to the federal government. This is a huge sector. Doing a $1 trillion economy, almost 1/3 of the national budget that we are contributing. So it's not enough to, it's an image. BDC are image of Nigeria. If the image of BDC is being castigated, definitely is the image of Nigeria. Yes. So that's why we are talking to the public, we are talking to our directors, we are talking to the media, that there should be caution in terms of castigating, more especially a financial subsector, whereby there could be systematic failure or disruptions. When a system, a financial system subsector is disrupted, it has the potential. That is why the Central Bank of Nigeria is always on its toes to make sure that there's no any bank that failed. It's because of the implications, because of the great danger involved. So we are also a financial institution licensed by the Central Bank of Nigeria. The BDC, according to the Central Bank manual, are retail outfit to carry on the business of personal traveling allowance, business traveling allowance, pay school fees, and also pay medical fees, subscriptions, and mortgage. These are our scope of transactions. However, we have some great limitations that is not common to the global market. If you take from China to Kenya, Nigeria is the least in terms of percentage for regulating or breaking the monopoly of payout. Like I've said, they have looked into the sender side by ensuring that that monopoly of 3 IMTOs that are operating in that space is broken. And they are the first country I mean, first central bank in the world to break that exclusiveness of these three IMTOs in Nigeria. So the other side now that they should look at is the payout agent. Nigeria, like you said, is the third country among the world after China, India, then Nigeria. There was this contemplation whether it's Nigeria or Philippines, but I think we have overtaken Philippines. And the volume, like you said, is about $29 billion.
It's large.
It's large. So this is what we are doing. In terms of our preparedness, the association have digitized, enabled.
Yes, I wanted to ask you that because you know this is digital era now. So what are you doing to further ease your operations, digitizing your?
In fact, we have introduced what we call automation platform, whereby all our members now, their business model have been transformed. Automations, there are automations to process their transactions. There are automations to render their returns online real time. There is what we call SaaS Master. This SaaS Master, the BDC are about 5,400 now, and about over 4,000 are on that SaaS Master.
Wow.
The function of that SaaS Master, from this year table, you can render your report to Central Bank of Nigeria. I sell to Tolu, I sold to Aisha, I buy from Hassan, and I sold to Victor. Your activity, you can do it. It's saved on the cloud. So over 4,000 of our members are on that platform. Also, for AML CFT, we are on the integration of the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System. The Nigerian Interbank Settlement System are the organization that will house all the BVN of the people that have registered their BVN number. So we are also on their platform. The BDC are there on that platform. All you need to do, Tolu, you have given me a BVN number. I will go to that application, check your BVN, and see that, yes, I'm dealing with Tolu. This is where KYC, CDD comes in. I should be able to see your passport, see your signature, see your date of birth, you know, and your telephone number for me to know these are the exact person that I'm dealing with. Also, well, on the platform of NFIU, Nigerian Financial Intelligence Unit, where we render suspicious transaction return, cash transfer transactions, you know, suspicious activity report. So our members are also linked to that platform. Then finally, we are also on the platform of politically exposed person, and then list of sanction list, whereby, okay, Tolu, maybe you are a former governor, you come to me, I go into that platform. That platform was enabled by Data Pro.
Wow.
Okay, so I'll go into that platform, type your name, and see. I'm not saying I'm not going to do business with you, but the type of caution I will take as a politically exposed person is different from the caution that I will take from somebody like you are a media man that I know very well. So these are some of the applications that we put in place. And then the last one we are doing is to enable BDC become the payout agent of IMTSO. We are using our former application, NigerBDC.com. You know, we have a NigerBDC.com where we do our exchange rate analysis, live exchange rate platform. We are transforming that to my BDC. This my BDC will not only be an informative, it will be transactionary. Okay. And it will also compete, because we found out that Aboki has become a kitchen name in this country. Aboki is not even in Nigeria. He's not operating in Nigeria. He's in UK. We try to trace who is Aboki. Up till now, his identity is not found. And this is what the media, the government, you know, investors are using to benchmark our currency. So it is important for the CBN to also ensure that they have opened that payout agent, the sender, the receiver now. Because the receiver here is 5 naira, but I see a company in UK, the rate of the parallel market is even cheaper than their own rate. I'm telling you the truth. A pound, this unlicensed IMTSO is buying pounds at 680 naira to pounds. Meanwhile, he's charging 3%. So if you look at 3% of 680 is about 20 naira. So 20 naira minus 680, we are talking of 660.
Yeah.
So these are prices that are even higher than the lower market because we have not enabled the right people, which are the BDC. India, for instance, the BDC generated over $30 billion annually because of their remittances of their citizens abroad. It all comes through the Bureau de Change. In Lebanon, in fact, the activity of the Bureau de Change is the wheel of the Lebanon economy. If you go to United Arab Emirates, the whole banking cash need of Dubai is supplied by the Bureau de Change. So you can see how important role. Come back here to Nigeria. The BDC have done it. I can say up till now, the Bureau de Change remain the most potent tool of exchange rate stability of the central bank management. We have done it in 2006 during Professor Charles Soludo when he came and opened the window for the Bureau de Change. We have done it in 2009, 2010 during Sanusi and stuff. And finally, during the current governor, Chief Godwin Emefiele. So we have always been a strategic partner for the central bank when it comes to volatility, when it comes to wider gap, when it comes to closing multiplicity of exchange rate. We have proved that capacity. So we are appealing to the central bank that with what we have put in place, it's about transparency. It's about tracking of transactions. It's about KYC. So, and all this, we are preparing our members. Most of our members were digitally enabled. Yeah. And like I said, this transformation of our Niger BDC.com to mybdc.com is going to be explosive. It's going to be new. Every BDC will be there. All the names of the BDC, addresses, phone number, locations will be there. So we want to change the system. Right now, Nigeria is facing a very, very big bad situation. Is this security? Is it image? So as an association, we deem it fit. We should come and, you know, give a positive story of the country so that it won't be all the time BDC are funding, sponsoring terrorism, BDC are money launderers, BDC are this. So we're coming with a new positive image that we transform. We are creating over 20,000 employment, 6,000 Bureau de Change. Go to any Bureau de Change. The minimum he employs about 3 or 4 people, apart from the directors that own the business. Minimum of 3 directors that own the business. The employees alone, they are talking about 20,000 that we are creating in this economy. Imagine the turnover of 2 trillion naira going into the banking sector as a result of the BDC activities. Also, gone are the days when you go to UK, one custom will arrest you of carrying fake currency. It's long I had that issue.
Very long.
These are some of the added value that the BDC are doing. Now you can identify a Bureau de Change office all over the country. You enter, you are sure of the currency, the paper note you are buying from him, unlike patronizing the ones that are on the street.
Wow, well said, well said. You answered like 2 or 3 of my questions even in one. Almost finally now, Alhaji, let's look at these challenges. Yes, still staying with it. Margins is something that has also been worrisome to you and your members. Let's talk about that. And also, yes, I was also opportune to be part of your webinar, and issues around filing returns was also raised, and all of that. You talked about automation to help that. So I think that also addresses that. But aside that, this margins issue, and what more do you want from government as we wrap up this to address this disparity? That's my worry.
Yes, you see, Nigeria is the least that allow BDC to make a margin of not even up to 1%. In other countries, the least margin is about 6%. So we're struggling with about 0.025%. We are made to buy 393 and to sell 395. So by the time you bring a lot of restrictions like that, policies that are inhibitive, you find circumvention. So this is an incentive for circumvention. This is a market which is also a challenge. Though any bureau de change can, okay, we are doing windows are shut down. We are not having diaspora remittances, which we are still appealing to the central bank to enable BDC payout agent. It's not there for us. And it's in billions of dollars. So we are doing an average of 20,000. And if you have to make 20,000 naira per week, that is 80,000 naira per month. Yeah. You cannot even pay rent. My rent in Lagos Island is about 1 million naira per annum, apart from 3 or 4 staff that I have. So there is overhead, even though our overhead is not as high as that of bank. So, but we still have overhead, and the margin need to be reviewed. And then we are also appealing to the central bank to continue to look into this value chain model. We believe in value chain model because value chain model will create accessibility, we create reward, and then we create convenience. So these are very, very important keywords. Yes, the sender doesn't care. All he wants is his receiver to collect the money at any cost. Imagine I told you somebody charging 20 naira, 3% flat on the rate he's buying. And they are paying. The diaspora remittance are paying that money. I mean, charges. Here when they come, due to availability of other market, fixed rate versus flexible exchange rate. I'm not saying the central bank should, no country, no central bank in the world that freely allowed its currency to float in the market. Yes, there must be some certain control. So then there should be that control, but they have done it before. The concern now, the sender is looking at a market that is giving him 450, 460. And you are telling him come to a market that will give you 400, 405. So, rationale. Yeah, of course. As an economic rationale. Nobody want to go to for less. They want to go for more and more. So, the CBN have done it in 2016 when we have crisis of foreign inflows. The investors don't want to come in. They said, you have multiple exchange rate. How can we come with a fixed official rate when there is a flexible exchange rate that can give us a better value? We all look at it. The demand in the BDC subsector is critical, but mostly is for day-to-day transactions, which people can afford. We now broker a deal. This rate that these people are pursuing from the street market, give it to us, let us give them this rate so that we have availability in the market. And that is the secret that was used. And before you know it, in fact, the next year we are even saying, I remember it's in 2016, 2017, that dollar will reach 1,000 naira to $1 before the end of December. At the end of the day, it did not happen. So we can look at similar measures whereby the diasporans, the IMTSO can come and benchmark their requests between the bid and offer rate of the BDCs. It will do 2 things. It will bring liquidity. It's demand and supply. Once there is liquidity in the market, I can assure you the rate will crash. 3, it will give volumes to the BDC's operations. 4, it will be transparent. 5, the central bank will be able to capture it. Not that 29 billion is coming, at the end of the year we are only accounting for 2 billion per annum. So these are some of the steps that we are looking at, and we are appealing to the Central Bank of Nigeria. We are begging them. You know, we are putting our house into order. True. Very soon we are going to embark on a nationwide training for all the 6,000 of our compliance officers. Nigeria was ranked one of the weakest in terms of FATF evaluation, Financial Action Task Force, and the BDC happened to be the weakest in the chain. So we are all putting our house in order. We are training. The last training was, webinar. You can see the who and who, the quality of speakers that come there to address our members and to guide them. So it's a continuous one. We'll continue to do that
and
ensure our sector that is, is relevant.
I will also make sure we have you in to update us as all of this plays out. Dr. Aminu Gwadabe, thank you very much. I see that passion and issues that has to do with the market and how we can get better, manage this exchange rate and all of that. We thank you for spending your Monday afternoon with us. We really appreciate this.
My pleasure.
All right.